Now you guys with your training, you keep things moving.
Yeah, you know, today when we did chest, it was actually one of the slower workouts that we normally have. We both commented at the end of it that it felt a lot like cardio. We get pretty winded sometimes with that kind of intensity and the speed. There's not a whole lot of rest in between sets. But today I think we rested more in between sets than we normally do.
Which is still not a lot.
No, it's not a lot, but you know, probably all the holiday weekend and everything like that, and all of a sudden just jumping right back into the training like this. Chest is a strong and intense day for Branch, so you can get pretty winded pretty quick.
So what are you guys setting up for here?
Gonna do some dumbbell presses. Things get moved around a lot in Metroflex, so you have to kind of hunt and dig out what you need. Just like all the dumbbells there on the ground, we call it the little pit, the pit of iron. It's hard sometimes finding the weight that you want because there's very few numbers listed on any of the dumbbells, so you have to count out the plates or hope that you made a right choice. Many a time we've looked down and realized that we had 10 or 15 pounds heavier on one arm.
Oh my gosh.
You notice that the elbows are in and really focuses on the chest. And this was a weird set for me. I was actually feeling really good. I was feeling pretty strong. I thought I was going to have a little bit of a heavier day. And this is the weight that I usually start with. This is pretty normal. And as you'll see here, something just doesn't want to work right. You just see that arm fail right there. Boom, there goes Branch. He's already been around me enough to notice. And so I was getting a little frustrated right here. But you know, hey, we're not superhuman. You can see the frustration. It's like, wow, and it's on film too. What am I going to do now?
Now you had taken 2 days off? Or when was your last training session?
Actually the last training session that I had was the shoulder exercise, or the shoulder workout that we filmed. My girlfriend got sick and I needed to take care of her and take care of some things with my supplement store. So I'd actually been out of the gym for 3 days. Not that that has any excuse or impact on my chest workout, but
you just never know.
That's
never
true.
know how the body's gonna react.
Absolutely. And here we are trying to figure out where the dumbbells are and what's buried behind what rack.
Yeah, today it was quite a mess.
It really was. You know, that pile over there is pretty daunting. There's a lot of weight. So what we're doing is just counting the plates on one end and trying to match them up.
The funny thing is, the guys we had in from East Texas had remarked on how nice and neat the dumbbell rack was here at Metroflex.
That's funny because, like we were saying before, I think I can remember 2 times that I walked into the gym and everything was up off of the floor and on the racks, and I figured either Brian was really bored or he had one of the guys that works for him get in there and clean it up.
But this is more its natural state.
Sure. But there's not a whole lot of people that spend time on that end of the dumbbell rack though, so...
Yeah, somebody's been in there between yesterday and today.
That's
we were in
true.
there yesterday.
You know, Quincy's in the gym with us here while we're working out, and there's some other competitors that were in there, so I'm sure between all of us we made a mess of the corner there. Here we go, getting Branch set up in one of his...
What's he lifting?
Those are 180s.
Wait, come on!
Which is pretty typical for him. He's one of those people that is just absolutely inherently strong. You know, you've got some people that are just gifted in certain exercises. He's gifted in most all of them, but especially, you know, with his pressing ability, it's very daunting.
Amazing.
And he's upset that he didn't get 20 reps out of it. I always laugh. Trying to keep up with him is impossible. Anybody who tries will find themselves humbled very quickly.
You're holding your own, David. That's for sure.
If nobody gets to hear the music that they're playing in the background, my CD ended, and this horrible country and western squalor of noise and terror came through the speakers at very high volume. And I was yelling at Brian Dobson to please change the music as fast as possible. So as you can see, I dropped the weight, and you know, it doesn't take that much to drop, you know, and all of a sudden you start getting good reps. I think when you have a little bit of an injury, especially in one of the joints, there's just a certain threshold that the body reaches, and you can just drop it, sometimes 10 pounds, and it makes a world of difference.
I hope I never hear that again.
Would you say that's smarter training?
Yeah. I've seen a lot of people who just will not accept the fact that they're not pushing a certain weight, and they'll grab that same weight and they'll go back down and they'll fail again. And once you let your mind start getting negativity into the workout, it's all downhill. You know, the weight's just a number. How you move it's what's important. The intensity and not quitting is what's important. So as long as you can maintain a positive attitude and realize that you're never going to be 100% every day, then that will help you be a lot more successful and a lot more productive.
Avoid injury.
Absolutely, and that's key. Number one, you want to avoid injury at all costs. It's the only way to stay in the game is longevity. The only way to have longevity is to stay healthy.
These are 180s again.
Mm-hmm. Going for reps. Just picking that thing up is a back workout. The typical psych yourself out, get yourself fired up.
Nobody's doing this shit 5 weeks out. Come on. Come on. Yep. Come on.
This is a good example of humility. I mean, you see the size of those things, and they're absolutely huge, and then you see the ones that I was using. It's like 1/4 of the size. You know, so sometimes when you work out with Branch, you have to put aside pride. You have to put aside any type of ego. You need to check it at the door, because you're just not going to compete with them, and people who do will find that Branch will get very frustrated with you very quickly, because he's there to train. He's not there to watch people mess around.
So there, Branch did a drop set.
Mm-hmm. We usually do drop sets at the last set of the exercises that we do. We're much in favor of high weight, high rep. It builds a lot of muscle hardness, and it gives you that grainy look, and it really helps separate the muscle fiber. I mean, you can see just how grainy and how hard and the separation that Branch has versus a lot of other competitors. And you know, while genetics of course have a lot to play, you'll notice that he has an immense amount of striation and muscle definition above a lot of other people, and this is one of the reasons why he has that. It's had a huge impact on my physique as well.
Come on! Push!
You guys tried to pretty much go to failure on all your exercises.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, he doesn't believe, and I agree with him, that you fully work the muscle until you can't push it anymore. So you'll notice a lot of times at the end, you know, we'll get half or quarter reps just because we don't want to quit. We want to make sure that the muscle is fully exhausted. We're pretty winded at this point.